Hello everybody and welcome to the Valkyrie and the Viking. This will be our first video presenting Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. I am Hákon here with Nikolea.
Hi everybody.
This particular game is a simulation turn-based strategy hybrid type of deal. Similar to games like Leviathan if you've played that on Steam. The premise of this is that this takes place before the show, Battlestar Galactica. This takes place during the First Cylon War. It's about 30 years after the end of the infighting for the Colonials, and the Cylons appeared out of nowhere, upgraded as they tend to do and evolved as they tend to be, and started wrecking shit. So we are on board the mobile shipyard Daidalos and have taken over overall command of the Colonial Fleet. Basically, we're here to try and win the day. The game actually takes place about 3 or 4 years into the conflict, and we're at a stalemate. So we can't win anything, they can't win anything, until the Cylons surprise attack on the military HQ at Pycon. That's where we start. We are trying to move Daidalos from Ragnar to Pycon to figure out what's going on, to see what we can do to help. The Quorum of 12 is a legislative body instituted as part of the Articles of Colonization. Each of the 12 colonies is entitled to one representative in the Assembly. The Quorum of 12 was actually created because of the Cylons. It became the centralized government, a way to band all of the colonies together to fight one common threat instead of each other. So here we are. This is the basic command screen. You can see the names of the ships on the left. In the bottom right, at the top of that panel, you'll see all of the different armor facings. Those have to be depleted and still take damage on that same side for the hull points, which is your ship's life, for the ship to be destroyed. Underneath all of that, you'll see the CIC, navigation, fire control. All of that are your subsystems, the electronic subsystems. Those can be damaged because part of your ship was destroyed, or they can be damaged through Cylon hacking, etc., etc. So first up, we've got the Perseus, which is under command of Nikolea. I'll be taking the Lancer. These are both Manticore corvettes. They're one of the lightest ships that you can control in the game, but as a result, they're also pretty fast.
Also, as a dorky little side note, God, it's so pretty.
That's one of the things I love about these games, and about the show as well. They don't hold back from showing the beauty, but also how terrifying space is.
So many colors.
So are you flanking right, or are you just going to try and get in front of them?
I am flanking right.
Alright.
The movement's pretty easy. It's basically just figure out where you're gonna go and try and get around everyone, as well as do a lot of damage in a short amount of time, and don't let them get you.
One of the really cool things is that each side will plan out their moves at the same time, or one at a time if it's multiplayer. But when you end the turn, everything happens simultaneously. I'm setting my ship
all
to full
hands
offensive.
on deck.
If you change the postures like I just did, you can change it to defensive, offensive, what have you, which will give you either a
Missiles
bonus
on their way.
or a detractment, or a penalty rather, to your different systems. So what I did is I set my ship to full offensive, which will give me a rate of fire bonus and usually an ordnance bonus if I try and fire missiles or what have you. I did launch the fighters from Daidalos, so I figured we could each take a squadron.
Yep, like we did last time.
Yeah, we'll just have to assign them to different squads. So do you want red or blue?
Red.
Okay.
Understood.
This guy's not gonna survive.
Missiles on their
Single
way.
shot at this point.
I mean, he'll probably survive one.
Maybe, but it's not gonna go well for him.
Wait.
I wasn't done. Hit the wrong button.
You already focused fire.
I know. Just like making sure I did it. again.
So you said you're taking Red Squadron?
Yes.
You're yeah. Sorry.
Squadron target is confirmed.
I forget. For the record, everybody, we did try to make a video already, so Nikolea has learned a little bit about the game. But for some reason, our audio crapped out about 30 minutes in, so we had to start over. As a result, this is like the first video that we've uploaded. Hopefully it works better this time. Please forgive us, we're still learning. You know, we don't have a lot of money for high-end microphones or anything like that just yet.
Sir,
Bear
we've
with
got a
us
new
while we
Daidalos
learn,
contact.
please. You could take him, right?
The one that we're already hitting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just turn around.
Okay.
I mean, it would have been easier for you to continue hitting this guy and me to go that way.
Fine.
I mean,
if you want to be tactical.
Understood.
Of course I want to be tactical.
Boy.
You're silly. Why would you do a complete turnaround just to get to someone I'm already going towards?
You're not going towards him, not yet. More perpendicular. Or parallel. Math terms.
And you know I hate math, so... Then my Vipers will just keep targeting his nemesis. The first one.
One thing that we have noticed is with your Vipers,
Missiles incoming.
you can set them to usually just standard attack or defend. If you have them defend against it, or defend one of your ships, they will also target incoming munitions.
So that was the ring around the rosy of death again.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, but there were slightly larger explosions on the back of that first nemesis we encountered just now. That's because we punched through the rear armor and we're actually damaging his hull.
You did that. And then are you changing anything for the Raptors?
Vipers, but no.
Or Vipers. Okay, good.
That's fine. A side note, Nikolea is new to all things Battlestar Galactica, so please forgive her if she gets some of the names wrong.
Yeah, I'm still a noob for all things.
Can you rotate the camera, see what's going on with Deadlock?
Sorry, what?
You're fine. Hey, I blew it up.
Yeah, now just turn around.
Don't turn around, turn around. Make up your mind.
How about no? So this is gonna be a pain in the ass.
Why?
Because I don't really know how I'm gonna do this turn without fucking bumping into him.
Are you above him or below him?
I'm above him.
You're
Doesn't
not gonna
matter.
bump into him.
Shut up. I just don't want to end up on top of him either, though.
Fair. That is another thing, though. Once again, Nikolea hasn't played a lot of space simulation games, because typically, at least as far as I'm aware, she doesn't tend to like them. So the 3D, 4D thinking, it takes some getting used to. I mean, it took me a while too, so.
No, that's...
What's up?
That is mine, isn't it?
Yes, but they're already automatically targeting me.
Okay. And the next one's yours.
Yeah.
On it, Commander.
One more turn for that. You're not gonna last very long.
No, they are not. I turned too much.
I didn't turn enough. God, I'm really
On it,
high
Commander.
above him.
Do what?
I'm really high above him.
Remember, you do also have weapons on the back of your ship.
That's true. So I'm gonna give it one more go, but I'm gonna move this way. So he's still in range. I'm gonna get a little lower.
Yes,
Keep going
Commander.
back.
One of the things that I love about this game is that it's not afraid to name drop. Obviously, it wanted to make a connection with the fans of the actual TV show, so they've got characters like Helena Agathon, Lucinda Kane, folks and locations that are in the show. So it tries to make it. Sorry, that's yours. So it tries to make it connected to everything, so that you feel like you're returning home as opposed to entering an unknown territory.
And what I actually discovered
sir.
about the game from a couple of videos that he actually sent me so I could start catching up was that this game is canon. It is wonderful to know that it is actually canon.
He's moving left,
Oops.
so just a heads up.
Thank you. So I know that gets disorienting for a lot of other people, but I actually move better underneath everything rather than above it. So I can't help it, guys. I'm sorry, my brain's not in a good place. And he did. So it doesn't run it. Oh look! They're going nowhere!
All hostile contacts are down. We recorded a vid feed of the battle if the commander would like to replay the fleet's performance.
One neat thing about the game is that it does have an automated replay system. So it records everything that you do, unless the battle is 2 turns or less, which I've never managed to do, but hey, more power to you if you can. This is my favorite view. It actually takes you right down to the Vipers, or the Raptors, or whatever you decide to deploy, and it shows you the scale of everything around you, just how big the ships are. Helios Alpha was the first of the star systems to be settled. The 4 colonies of Helios Alpha are Caprica, Geminon, Toron, and Pycon.
Congratulations, Commander. But we still have work to do.
Alrighty. Do we have... We have 245 Tillium.
My carrier's back.
We can afford a carrier.
Yay!
So I'm just gonna end turns repetitively until your carrier can join us.
Yay!
If I could also learn how to speak, that would be pleasant.
Well, you're actually not doing too bad right now.
Alrighty. Combine fleets, Daidalos. Cool.
Yay!
Jeez,
I wonder what the name is gonna be.
What was the name? Thanatos.
Yay! Sorry, because you guys don't know me yet, I am actually a giant geek for mythology. And the gods of death are actually my forte every time. So knowing that Thanatos is the god of death for Greek mythology, it's a wonderful tidbit, and knowing that my ship is going to be named that is going to be awesome.
Now that said, a lot of you are going to rise up in anger and righteous fury and say, no, Hades is the god of death. He's just the god of the underworld.
He's basically the caretaker.
Alright, so this that I'm moving now, this is our deployment screen. In the back, you've got the Daidalos shipyards. If that is ever destroyed, you lose the game. So I always try to put that in one of the back corners, keep that away from the fight as long as possible. So your 2 ships are there. I will head left. Are you taking the Athena, or am I taking the Athena?
You're taking the Athena.
Okay.
Because I have the Thanatos and the Perseus.
Right. You can also take these first 3 Viper squadrons that we get, so you can take them from the Daidalos and from the Thanatos.
Doesn't matter.
Well, because I'll get 2 with the Athena.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's fine.
So are you targeting the one in the middle then?
Oh, right, there's 3 of them.
Right.
Um,
Tell you what, you could go to the right, and then we'll move the Daidalos up on the deployment screen, deploy the Athena, and it should be able to hit the one in the middle.
okay. No, stop it.
As I'm sure most of you know, the Jupiter-class battle stars, of which the Galactica was the first, they were first designed during the First Cylon War. They were designed by a man named Sinan Quaid, who is actually part of our command team. Currently, we have the Athena docked on the Daidalos. The Athena was the 5th battle star, Jupiter-class battle star, and this one was built for Pycon. Unfortunately, during the war, Galactica actually disappeared during its first jump. So, at the moment, we don't have any idea where it's at. Cool.
I think she's too close. Sorry, I don't know why I called the Daidalos she, but
Well, I mean,
it's too close.
it may be a shipyard, but at this point, it's basically a ship, too.
Fair.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not all the way back, but it's not forward either.
Yeah. Come on. Hop in a view and take everything out.
Fleet group is jumping in 3, 2, 1.
Yay. Jesus Christ.
Jump complete. Daidalos contacts bearing 017, Karam 021.
Pycon and the rest of the 12 colonies are watching our every move, Commander. Some would see Colonial Fleet fail. Ensure we succeed.
She's so
No pressure, sir.
dry.
No pressure at all.
She's not any better in the show either.
I'm gonna hate her.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. Oh, and I know I said that Nikolea has not seen the show, so please, if you comment, no spoilers. I know it's been out for a while,
So
but
say we all.
that doesn't excuse you. Oh, I forgot about you.
Okay, you've got the Athena. Might as well use her.
Be still my beating heart.
Does she turn you on?
More than a little.
No, can I... Let me move the other one first.
It's because you had started maneuvering, so you have to back out of that before you can change ships.
I noticed. No, and then my Berserk class only shoots sideways.
For those of you who have played this, but haven't by chance gotten the reinforcement DLC pack, the Berserk is one of those ships. It's like $5, but the Berserk it's a light carrier similar to the Adamant, but with less armor. However, it does have a bit longer range, the guns fire faster, and they're heavier. They do more damage.
I mean,
So it's more of a long-range support carrier as opposed to the Adamant, which is actually a frigate.
but I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. Look at the range on that.
One thing to note, you do also lose the munitions slot, so you're not going to see the Berserk firing off any torpedoes or guided missiles or anything. Don't mock me.
I didn't mock you.
Whenever you're ready, I'm good to go.
Did I use the focus fire on the...
You skipped it.
Move too fast for me.
One thing to keep in mind, just, the beauty of this game, is the pure scale of it. You're not just in very confined, very tight spaces like a lot of strategy games like to make you do, you're actually in space. You're actually at war with almost nothing but capital ships. So it has to give you the room to maneuver, and it does. It does so beautifully. I'll take yellow and green squadron.
Okay.
Squadron target is confirmed.
You're up. Also, you forgot to deploy your Vipers. Sorry.
It's cute.
Do you want your Daidalos Vipers, or you just gonna leave them?
I'm gonna leave him.
Okay. I know I've been hyping up the beauty of it, but just real quick, look at the way the light is shining off of the Athena Battlestar. It's just beautiful. Shut up.
If there's one thing we will find amusing all the time is when either one of us geeks out for a certain thing. And that's honestly why we've been best friends forever, because we know what those things specifically are, and we both have a love for space that is just undefined.
All hands on deck.
And that's why he's been trying to get me into Battlestar Galactica forever.
Well, that's one reason. The other reason is I like to watch her cry.
Yes, he does, and it's very unfortunate for me. I'm gonna leave it going straight, because Lord knows.
Yes, sir.
And you're gonna start turning.
He is behind you at this point. Just so you're aware.
Oh, oops. So he should definitely be in front of me by the time I do make this turn.
Unless he turns to his left. So to our right.
So
my recommendation
Huh.
would be to make a sharper turn.
Sharp return?
Yes.
Right there?
That should be better, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm still beneath him, so it's not really gonna matter.
Right, but he's not gonna
On
be
it,
there
Commander.
at the end of the thing.
No, I know. So he's gonna be either in front of, behind us, or to the right of us.
Well, either in front of. When you say behind.
Right.
No, he's either going to be in front of where you're going to be, or he'll be to your left, or to your right. One of those three options. If he's in front of you or to your right, that position is fine. If he's to your left, he might by chance be out of your range. But maybe not.
We'll figure it out.
Depends on how sharp he turns.
Fair. Which means I do have to move the Daidalos to a different position. I'm gonna move her there. Well, it's a dude. Remember.
Ships are women.
I know that ships are women, but technically Daidalos is a man.
As of now, Thanatos is a she.
Okay.
Hey, gods can get sex changes too.
I mean, I guess. Alright. Then my Vipers, because that's all that was left. Yay. Alright.
So let's just watch this real quick. Get a centralized view, please. Thank you.
IFF confirms unit is hostile.
Well, he's dead.
Hey! first blood to Nikolea.
Yay!
Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for our first episode, so I sincerely hope that you've enjoyed it. Once again, please bear in mind that this is our third first video.
This is Nikolea and Hákon signing off. Have a wonderful day, guys.